he cheated on me multiple times with multiple girls. Hey guys, it's Tiffany. What is freaking up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This morning I woke up, got ready to film, thinking I was going to film another video on me cleaning my room, but I figured I should do something completely different, and I thought in today's video I would give you guys some relationship advice. I've literally had a boyfriend since I was 14 or 15 years old, and for me, I've learned a lot being in a relationship, and I've learned a lot being single as well, and I figured since you guys are just sitting at home, probably not hanging out with your boyfriends, what a great freaking time to talk about relationships. So I asked you guys on Instagram, I did a little story, and a bunch of you guys sent me questions, and we're gonna answer all of the good, the bad, the awkward. But yeah, if you guys want to be a part of my next Q&A on Instagram or anything, go follow me at MissTiffanyMa. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Woo! Let's go. Alright, so we're starting off this video strong. The first question I got asked was, what does it mean when a guy says he wants a break for a year? I have personally said this to a couple of boyfriends, and I've only said this to them because I wanted to let go of them very easily. So I would tell them I just wanted a break for a month, when really in reality I just didn't know how to break up with them, but I wanted to let them off easier. When you have a guy telling you that he wants to take a break for a year or a month or a day or a week, girl, be careful, because if he's trying to take a break from you for a week, most likely he has another girl on the side. He wants to explore the options without saying he's cheating, and after that week is up and he has his little fling, he's gonna come back to you. You should never ever be someone's backup plan, and just know that at the bottom of everything, things are probably not gonna work out for the both of you. The next question I got asked is, are your parents accepting of you not dating anyone that is not Asian? I vividly remember when I was in like 4th or 5th grade, my parents had the conversation about me not dating anybody that was not Asian, preferably Vietnamese or Chinese. And I remember this day vividly only because after we had this conversation, it was inside of a supermarket. I had placed my fingers on the trunk, and my dad accidentally crushed my fingers when he closed the trunk, and that was the most painful experience ever. But that was in early 2000s, so my parents are now way more accepting of me not dating any Asians. My sister Tree, she ended up marrying someone who's Japanese, and my sister Tammy, she's currently engaged to someone who's Vietnamese but has dated multiple people who are not Asian, and I am currently dating someone who is not Asian. And my mom freaking loves Matt, like loves Matt. My parents are super supportive now, but originally when I was growing up, my parents just weren't open, and I think that's also because you didn't see a lot of interracial marriages 20 years ago. Times have changed, and my parents are just super supportive now. The next question is, what is your advice on if your boyfriend has a completely different love language from you? Matt and I actually do have completely different love languages, and I also think it is possible for love languages to change throughout a relationship. So when Matt and I were first dating, we both took the test. We both realized that both of us loved physical touch and words of affirmation. Things have both changed for us. I think his is still physical touch, but mine has become acts of service. So I really enjoy it when Matt does the little things. It just makes me so excited and happy. When he feeds Zoe or when he makes me a meal, I freaking love that. I think it's really important to communicate with the other person that you have completely different love languages, and that he should be more mindful of the way you speak your love, and that you should be more mindful of the way he speaks his love. So for me, knowing that Matt and I have different love languages, I make sure that I do more things that contain physical touch. So I'll hug him more, I'll cuddle him more, I'll kiss him more. So definitely make sure you're giving love the way he wants to receive it, and make sure he's also giving you love the way you like to receive it. The next question is, when did you and Matt move in together? Matt and I actually moved in together last July, so it's been 10 months now, which is the most I've ever lived with a guy. As you guys know, I did move in with my ex-boyfriend, but we only had lived together for about 9 months before we broke things off. So for the fact that Matt and I have been living together for 10 months is a huge accomplishment for me. I think Matt's actually lived with a girl longer than 10 months. I'd have to ask him. The next question I got asked was, how did you deal with being single after ending your last relationship? I actually didn't deal with this in a very good way. My ex and I did not have a clean break at all, because after we broke up, we tried staying friends, but during the entire time that was happening, happening, I just didn't know how to mentally deal with the fact that I no longer wanted to be with him, but I knew he still wanted to be with me, but I didn't know how to break off our friendship. Also, we were sharing Zoe at the same time, so that just made everything else convoluted, very confusing, and very murky. And I think if you are breaking up with someone, definitely just cut it off. Don't try to be friends. The next question I got asked is, how do you know when it's time to break up with someone? That is seriously such a good question, because I feel like nobody ever knows when a good time is to break up with someone. But if I'm gonna give you advice on when to break up with someone, I honestly think you know if you want to break up with someone when you feel like you're settling. There's always a pit in your stomach where you feel like this isn't the person for me, but I'm kind of just staying in this relationship to make the other person happy, but you're not fully happy with that person. And for me, I think I realized that it was time for me to break up with someone because I just was no longer happy, and also I had left on a vacation for a whole week and I didn't miss the other person. So I think if you're not missing that person when you're not with him, and at the same time deep down you feel like you're settling, it's probably time to break up with that person. The next question I got is, what is your thoughts on toxic relationships? Have you ever been in one? If so, how did you deal with it? Toxic relationships suck. They make you feel so terrible about yourself. You kind of question your self-confidence, you question yourself, you question other people, and you feel like you lose yourself in a relationship. And I did have a toxic relationship with my very first boyfriend ever. We were together for 2 years, and after our first like 6 months together, he graduated high school and went to college, and he cheated on me multiple times with multiple girls. I did find out multiple times, and I kept going back with him because he made it seem like if he lost me, he would do something bad. I remember the first time he told me that if I broke up with him, something bad would happen to him. I was traumatized. He traumatized me so much so that I hate breaking up with boyfriends. I don't even know how to break up with boyfriends. That is why I've stayed in a lot of relationships that I knew shouldn't have been stayed in, because I was always worried about the other guy's mental health and what would happen if I was to break up with someone. So multiple times I have tried to get men to break up with me so I wasn't the person at fault. I remember the first time I realized he cheated on me, I was on his computer. I wasn't snooping at all. He actually gave me his computer. He was like, hey, like watch something on my computer while I go to class. I was on his computer, and at the time he was really good at like Photoshop, and he would always Photoshop these cute photos of me and him together. One, I came across a screenshot, and this girl literally wrote a blog about my boyfriend at the time. Let's call him Chris. Let's call the girl Caitlin. So Caitlin wrote a blog post about how she loves Chris, about how Chris would call her on the phone at 3 a.m. after he had talked to me on the phone pretending he fell asleep, and that she felt so bad for little old Tiffany, and she felt so bad that he was cheating, and that all she wanted to do was to be with him. And I was devastated. That's the suckiest feeling in the entire world. I like ran away. I like didn't know how to react. So either way, I dealt with it in a very unhealthy way. I ended up cheating on him because I felt like, you know what, if you're gonna cheat on me, I might as well cheat on you. Again, I was like 15 or 16 when this was happening, and I was very immature, and that was the worst way to ever deal with a toxic relationship. I just didn't know how to leave him because he literally told me he would do something bad if I left him. So I just emotionally cheated on him, and he found out, and we finally decided to break it off because it was really unhealthy. So that's how I dealt with it, and it's not healthy to deal with it in that way. So the next question I got asked is, I am 16 and he is 26 years old. What am I supposed to do? Obviously, I feel like you know that if you guys were to have a sexual relationship, he most likely will probably go to jail. So there's that. And I think the biggest thing to realize is that if you're 16 years old, you're still a kid. You're still a kid. That is not okay. At 26 years old, the guy should be a full adult. He shouldn't be dating someone 10 years younger. And also, if you guys have heard of the gentleman's rule, there is a rule about how young a guy can go. The gentleman's rule is you divide the guy's age by half and then add 7. So if the guy's 26, half of that, that's 13, and then you add 7. So that's 20 years old. So that's called the gentleman's rule. He might make you feel safe. He might make you feel like like you're an adult because he's 10 years older than you, but just realize you guys are at two different places in your lives. I feel like when someone is 10 years older than you, when you're so young, there's definitely a power imbalance. And when you have that uneven balance, there is just a lot of things that go wrong in the relationship. You'll find that he's probably a little bit more controlling. And I'm saying this in a general sense, but I do think there is a power struggle where you feel like you can't 100% be yourself. You probably feel like you're gonna have to please him in every single sense, and he probably doesn't feel like he needs to please you in every single sense. So be careful, realize that it is illegal, and if you are asking me if it's okay, most likely you already know your thoughts on it, which is it's not okay. The next question I got asked is, what do I do if I have a dog that he hates and the dog hates him? Girl, leave him, because that just says a lot about the man. It doesn't say anything about your dog, because I feel like dogs have a sixth sense. They just know if a guy is good juju or bad juju, because dogs know you the best. Your dog is supposed to be your best friend, and your best friend definitely for sure knows if a guy is meant for you or not meant for you. But it says a lot about your guy if your guy isn't even trying with your dog, because you're not gonna leave your dog if he's not trying to love your dog, if he's not trying to give your dog treats, if he's not trying to like make your dog happy. That just says a lot about your relationship and how he's gonna treat your loved ones, your friends, your family. The next question I got asked is, what if the other person in the relationship thinks I'm too fat / overweight? Can I sock him for you? Just kidding. Don't sock him. Don't ever be violent. Unless you need to like stab something. Stab like a plushie. If someone makes you feel insecure about your body, just realize that that person probably isn't for you. So if this person is telling you that you're overweight, you're fat, you're ugly, you're whatever, he's most likely projecting himself onto you. It says a lot about him if he is focused on your physical attributes, because beauty is fleeting, personalities are forever. So I'm not dating Matt just because he is hot AF. I find him so gorgeous, but I know when we're 70 years old, he's probably still gonna look very hot, but like probably not forever. Just like he knows that the second I turn 80, I'm gonna look like I'm 100, but when I'm 79, I'm gonna look like I'm 50. I think it just says a lot about that person. If he's just with you for your physical attributes, just know that that relationship is probably not forever, because a forever relationship is not based on looks, because no way in hell are you gonna be 95 years old looking snatched AF. If he's making you feel not good about yourself and insecure, then leave him. Leave his ass. The next question I got asked is it normal to get bored of each other? Yes, 100%. It is so normal. And I used to think that if I was bored in a relationship, that meant that I shouldn't be in a relationship. That meant that person wasn't for me, because I am a huge thrill seeker. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I go from 0 to 100 like that, and I also go from 100 to 0. Just like that. And I used to think there was something wrong with me, and I realized that love is a choice, and I realized that more and more every single day. You have to choose who you're with. You have to choose to get over any hiccups you guys have. You guys have to choose every single day to be with that person, because love is not a feeling. A feeling is an instant in time. Right now, I'm feeling hungry. Feelings are fleeting, choices are forever. You can never take back a choice you've made. So for me, I choose Matt every single day. I choose to be okay with things that happen in our relationship that aren't always positive. I choose to choose him, and if you guys are bored of each other, it's time to change things up. You can easily go on a date that you've never taken before, go on a picnic, do something artistic. The next question I got asked is, should I confess to my crush or should I keep flirting until he gets a hint? No, girl, just freaking tell him you like him. Not gonna lie, I just learned this on TikTok. Men are dumb, girls are crazy. Girls are only crazy because men are dumb. And when I say men are dumb, they can't read your mind. So for me, I'm very subtle when it comes to flirting. I feel like I'm not that great at flirting. I'm really awkward. So I just gotta tell a guy that I like him, and then it works. Guys are just not good at picking up little subtle hints or innuendos. Guys just don't know how to read minds. So just tell him you like him. And I think men really love when girls are straightforward and direct, because I feel like a lot of us are very insecure about being direct. So tell him you like him. Another question I got asked is, what do you do if you and your best friend like the same guy? I think it depends on how serious you guys both like the guy. Like, is it like a cute, like Harry Styles is so hot? Or do you guys both physically flirt with him and both have real true feelings for him, because then that's a different story. And at the end of the day, I don't think it's okay to ruin a friendship over a guy. I think you guys both need to have a serious conversation about how much you guys actually like the other guy. And I think it's really effed up that the guy also is crushing on the both of you and kind of playing you guys off of each other. It could be like a fetish thing where he kind of likes the fact that he's playing both of you, or he just genuinely doesn't know his feelings. So you guys both need to have a conversation with one another, and you guys both need to have a conversation with this dude. Communication is key. Talk to your best friend, talk to the guy, let everyone know what your true feelings are, because the worst thing that can happen is everyone plays games, nobody talks about their real feelings, and everyone just ends up getting hurt. Someone asked, are you and your ex still friends? No. We're not friends. Not like we're enemies, we're just not friends. Once I started another relationship, it was hard to stay friends in that sense. And if I saw him in the middle of the street, would I say hi? Yes. But would we be best friends again? No. Would we be friends again? Not very likely. I don't hate him. I don't think he hates me. Somebody else asked, I really like this guy and we have the best dynamic, but he has a girlfriend, but I want to hang out. I just don't think that's healthy. One, because he's not emotionally available. Even if he wants to hang out with you in a very platonic way, the fact that you like him is not a good thing, because you're always gonna have that feeling of, oh, I wish he would leave his girlfriend, which is not a healthy thing to have because he's not emotionally available for you. I'm not saying him hanging out with you is him cheating on his girlfriend, because he might not have any feelings for you. At the end of the day, someone's gonna get hurt, and if you're the reason why someone gets hurt, I just don't think it's worth it. Alright, so the last question is, how do I know if my boyfriend is cheating on me or not? Girls, I have to tell you something. We always know. We always know. I think girls have this beautiful talent. We have something called the pit of our stomach, our intuition. I think women's intuition is a real thing. Men don't really have a deep intuition, but girls, we have an amazing intuition. And if we think someone is cheating on us, most likely somebody is cheating on us. Now, if you had been feeling secure in your relationship and all of a sudden you're feeling insecure and you can't figure out why, and you're like, what is going on? Why am I feeling this way? Is he cheating on me or is he not? Most likely than not, you are entitled to your feelings because you are probably onto something. Now, I don't want to say that he is cheating on you, because I don't want to ruin relationships, because some people might have really bad intuitions, but I 100% believe in my intuition. Every single time I thought my first boyfriend ever was cheating on me, he was 100% cheating on me. And you just have a feeling. You just know deep down that something bad is happening, and he could not be cheating on you, but he could be doing something completely different that is the reason why he's making you feel insecure. Like, he could be like gambling or doing drugs, or he could be talking to someone but not physically cheating on you. I 100% believe emotionally cheating on someone is way freaking worse than physically cheating on them. That is such a bad feeling, because I feel like someone could easily make a bad choice in a moment, but emotionally cheating on someone is someone choosing to make a bad choice over and over and over and over and over again. Because to develop feelings for someone takes time. It's not as easy as being like, oh, physically attracted to her, let me make out with her. But being like, oh my god, I really like her, I might leave her for my girlfriend right now, is so devastating. And you probably should have a serious conversation with your significant other and explain how you're feeling. And if he doesn't make you feel confident, if he like brings it back on you, if he like changes the subject and makes you feel bad for being insecure, then he is just playing games with you, and most likely he is cheating on you because they know they're doing something bad. So yeah, that is it with today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys made it to the very end of this video, I want to know. So comment down below something positive about yourself. What is your favorite attribute about yourself? It could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be something else, a talent that you have. Let me know down below. I think my favorite attribute about myself is that I believe I'm a really good listener. I love to listen to people's stories. So that is something I like about myself. Let me know what you like about yourself. And I just want this to be a positive community comment section. Go leave me some positive things about yourself down below. I just want to learn about you guys better. I really feel like I'm your guys' older sister and you guys are my little sisters. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'll see you guys in my next video. Go follow me on Instagram at MissTiffanyMa if you guys want to be a part of my next Q&A. But yeah, I love you guys. Bye guys. Bye.
Hey, you the best part of every single day. Ooh, no matter what I do, I'll be lost in you.